Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. I am Renuka and today we are making some kind of smart memory album for pictures and writing some memories. This is the gift for my kids class teacher, and I choose this springtime from Eco Park. I have few tags and frames also. I have two of these paper pads. Let's see how much we need it. So the simplest and easiest way, I do the album making without like exactly measuring what's going on, and that is the fun part of it. So first of all, whenever I get this kind of stuff, I just go intuitively and see that what I like there and inspired at that time. So every paper have their what's inside the paper as well as what kind of sheets they have inside. I always keep this. Sometimes you use to decorate something and you need something from it, and you can cut apart this. So I'm gonna put that sheet apart, and then we have all these sheets, the pattern paper sheet, and this is the sticker. We're gonna put that apart also. And then this paper is two-sided, so most of these papers are two-sided. I'm gonna keep these away, and then we will start by seeing what's inside more, something like that. And such a beautiful paper, look at it. And we're gonna create something out of those. Wow, I love this one. It can be the front of any album, so we're gonna keep that also. But this is also so beautiful, so I will keep that also, and these. Okay, now it's very easy. We'll first cut the papers, and for that I will use the trimmer. I use this trimmer. So most of the times what I like is, while using the paper, I cut out these strips, and sometimes we use those strips also. Most of the times I use those strips also. So we're gonna cut apart all of these strips, and I will just show you how to cut the one. Okay, so you have this full pattern paper here, and you're going to keep all those strips aside. Other thing we will do is, you want like, okay, this can be my front and this can be my front, so you don't want to mess up. Sometimes what happen, back side is also pretty, like this one back side is also pretty, and you just cut apart and then you realize, oh, I want this for the front. So I'm going to keep those aside so that we have a hold on them. And for these ones we will do the same thing. We're gonna cut these strips, and as well as we will see what we want to cut. So I'll tell you what I mean while we go. So these cards are, this paper is 12 by 12 and this card are exactly 4 by 4. Okay, so you know these cards are 4 by 4, and then again this paper is 12 by 12. So this is divided like in, so this must be 3 by 3, like 3, like 3 by 4 or 3 by 3, 3 by 4. Okay, so we have this. So there are some ways that you can use them and fold them, and like if I cut them from this and this, I can create a small booklet. If I create this and this, it will not work because the writing down is going to flip. Okay, so we will start with this one, and I know you are thinking, but this is the fastest way to do the work, and I will show you few. So for particularly this one, what will I do is, what I'm trying to say is, if I cut this here and then if I cut this here, I can create a small booklet by just folding it. Okay, something like that. Or you can use this like for your front cover or something like that. So you have this, and you can go ahead and do the same, cut in twos, depend on your what do you say, depend on your thing, like what kind of paper print is that. Now here the welcome spring, all the flowers, tomorrow or today's the seeds. We can make this as a front, this as a back, or this as a front. So all of these elements I'm going to cut down individually so that we have those with us, and I'll speed up the process to show you how I did that. So now I cut all the extra strips from the paper, and now it's time to use our bone folder and paper scorer. If you don't have that, you can just use your fingers and bone folder, that will also do. So now I got few more papers here which I can create some kind of booklet or things like that. So I cut out these and I'm going to put them aside so that I don't mix up with other stuff. Like this is opening like this, so we can create a small writing journals with this. And then we have few more as we cut all of them like these. Each of these we can create like this, and we have few on vertical sides also. So now I'm going to put the extra things here, the folded things here, and we will first sort the paper like what we want and how we want. Okay, so easiest way is I use these kind of paper clips. I got put here so it will not in my way. And this, we already have two papers aside for the front. Now all of these papers we can use inside. So now this one is so pretty, I don't want to cut it or see it, so I'm going to keep it aside again and see what will I do. So I have this paper with one side floral and one side muted like that. And then again this one, let's see what we have on both the sides. This is nice neutral paper, we can use that. This is also having too much busy design, and what happened when we fold these like papers, this side you can see the daffodils and this side it's like on it goes on other direction. So these two papers these papers, some papers are like direction, some don't. Like this one also, if I fold it, the gums will go on the other side. So you have to see what kind of pattern paper you have to apply the same technique, and then you can start and do the work accordingly. Now let's score on these pages. This is such a nice pages. I'm gonna score it on 6 by 6. As always, I don't want to waste the paper, and at the same time it's easy and quick to create the stuff. So here I put the folds on 6 by 6. I'm reinforcing them. So this is 1. Then again on 6. And we can again create another on 6. So these two papers are like that. We can go in any direction, and there is like floral pattern as well as the lines in such a way that either way, if we do pages like this, still it's okay. If we do pages like this, still all the direction will work here. So find those paper first and make pages out of it. Now here, if you see, if I fold this, I'll get the papers, but the pattern will, for these pattern will not go properly. Okay. So I have to keep that in mind, and maybe I'll score it at 6, but I will not score again because of the pattern. Okay, so I'll just score it at 6 and keep those aside. Okay, so I can cut them if I want to. So I'm scoring on the side where the pattern is like this. I want this pattern like this, so I'm scoring like that way, and I'm folding on the side where I can see the patterns. And last one for this also. Now here some people might think that downward is also looking good, so it's totally their preference what they want to do, and it's totally fine. Okay, so here if I want to cut it and put it up, upside like this, if I cut this part and put upside like this will go against the design. So particularly for these pages we're going to cut at 6. Nothing fancy. You can use any paper pad for this and apply the same techniques. Main idea here is how you can utilize whatever you have. So I'm gonna cut it at 6. For this is the last one. So I didn't score it properly. You can see there I have little bit of clinch. I can rectify it or I can keep it that way. It's totally fine both the ways. I'm gonna put this away. This is also, and then I will show you the papers. Okay. So now we can decide how our signature goes. So if I want this purple and this, so easiest way is cut this and create two pockets here. So we'll just, as I told you, we are doing no measurement. So this is my tip. I just will go a little bit offside the tip and then I will cut. And if you want the same on other side, you can just keep it, match the corners and then again cut it. The same technique we use to create tags and with chopping them, or if you are feeling that it's not getting perfect, so you can do the pencil marks also. Okay. But I'm totally fine with it. So you get these, and now I can put these like here, so we get pocket here and here, and that's the fun thing. So I will not sticking right now, I'm just putting here. Then for this we have this kind of flipping, and we can add one of these here to add page kind of stuff. And I will go ahead and add, just cut on that 6 mark again, and then I want to just score it. Now here I'm just scoring by eyeballing. You can go ahead and score exactly half and quarter and something like that. And then what I can do is I want to put it here, so I can put just like that here, and inside also you'll get the beautiful page. For particularly this one, I want to stick it inside like that. Okay, and you can do the same thing on other side also, and it's gonna flip open like this. Okay, so this is our second page. Let's see what we can do on this one, the third one. So we flip this, we can directly cut down these and create a small panel here. Easiest way to do, I most of the times I do like that. So we have pockets here, and on this side we can just add those like a flips. Again flips, yes, again flips, and you can just so these with the flips. For the next one, let's see what we can get here. So we have this page and we have these pages. Again we can create here the bottom, in the bottom we can create something nice, and we have other things also, like we have this big strip. We can put these strips just like that here, because on this side it's too much busy so I don't want to put on that side. So we can put that. I'm just scoring it in and out and just putting it so that we can stick that also. For this next page, we have these pages left, these 3 pages left. We can just put directly these 3 pages and decide like whatever we have on this one, and we can add those also inside. So let's add the pages. Here again you can use the paper punches here. I have few beautiful paper punches, and you can use something like that. Particularly for this one we will not use the paper punch, we will just glue it, and we will add some other stuff inside it, like those what we cut there. So now one more thing, if you like that paper much, like this pattern much, you can put it like this also. And in this side we can have envelopes, as well as we can put envelopes on this side also, like this envelopes. We can put this on this side also. So particularly me, I like this dotted pattern. Pretty. It's very pretty. So we will put just like that. These kind of albums you can put it very fast all together, cause I can put one on this side, or should I put on this side, something like that. So by mistake I put the glue here, so I'll just use the any rag and just put this glue here. Kind of matching, it's not we need an exact one, but it's kind of matching. And then for inside also I will just put a little bit of glue on the crease, and that will solve the purpose. Okay, again we can use the scorer to score it. Now on this side we can add this extra page, like maybe we can add this, or we can just shuffle it and put it like this. We can have this paper like as a signature, we can have this. So after this signature will come. Now it's totally depend what kind of binding we are doing at the end, and that will decide what kind of paper we are using. Before that, let's stick these together. You can use here double-sided tape also. Now if I want the same score line for both of them, so I can just double tap it here, double screw it here, and then I'll see. You can use the scoring board also, and that is the easiest way to do it. So it's a 6, and I will go for tentatively for half. That one is a little bit bigger, but I don't mind. Again, while seeing the directions, this is good, so we will put this here. Another thing is you can chop these corners to get a nice fit, and then you can stick. So there is no right and wrong way to doing it, but there are some ways where you can find it's more feasible and more. So I'm just putting little bit of green gap there to go ahead. Again, I'll wipe off the excess glue, and I'm just opening it and just want to make sure that it is nicely stick inside. So this is another page we have. We can add something here. That's the thing. Then we have this one. For this one we can use the punch, and I have this rose punch with I think EK Success, and I'm just putting and matching the paper here. Where should I put? Then I will just match again. I just choose this one because those flowers are kind of giving the very springy effect. If you don't have punch, you can skip it. You can add extra trim. You can add a fabric trim also. It's totally depend what you have at that moment and how you want to use. So it turned out really nice. You can see the border, and it's a border punch, so it's turned out really nice. And then I want to put it just like that here. And then we have envelope kind of thing, and if you feel that like this one is like a little bit coming out, it's totally fine. I'm gonna put the glue inside here. And we want those ends to be tucked and closed. So again, you can wipe off the excess. Now here again, if you feel that it's become a little bit more delicate and clumsy, I will tell you a few other tricks to add something in there. We can add a washi tape, right? We can do many things. I want to show you what we can tuck inside is like this. We are planning to create the booklet, so we can create and put these booklets something like that here inside. Okay, but for now I'm going to keep it aside. Let's jump into the another thing. Here again we need to just add a glue. You can use the double-sided tape also if you are not happy, or you feel that the glue is taking the thing, but it's totally fine. I'm going to just line up the thing on both the side. Again, I'll wipe up the excess. So we have this. On this side, we want these small things going like a flap, so we can do flaps like this. Here we can make a belly band like here and here, or we can do flap like this, which is kind of coming this way. So let's do that. I'm gonna score it. I don't have to think much here because my pattern is same on both the sides, so I will not think much. Again, we can add more fun things to it. We can add more punches. I'm gonna put this kind of a little bit in middle, and then for this side also I will kind of match them. You can eyeball them, or you can use the ruler or things like that. Like here I can just match, and I can use those background paper design for the convenience. And then it's like it's gonna come like this. Okay, so we will put little bit here, little bit here pressure, and that will go for a time. And we have here small pockets again. So now we have this one, right? So if you want to make a really simple, easy, fast thing, you can just go ahead and add these, and I'll tell you how to do it. Add these like this, and you can just make one big signature out of them. And after that you can just take the middle and sew it with it and decorate the front, and you get to go basically, right? You can do that, and it's the easiest way to do it. If you want to go with the spine and binding, I already made one like that, so you can go ahead in that. But this time I think that we should go something different, and let's make, so basically this page I want in between because it's opening like this. So we know that this is our middle page. Now this we can go like this. So there are two signatures, or we can create more one. This also we can put it in between, right? So we can make two signatures, and for these ones we can add those in between to create more drama. So just like this. And for this one I think we can use this. Okay, so for these last signatures here we can add more stuff from the leftover paper. So if these are my two signatures, I can add more stuff on that. And this time I really want to make some kind of different kind of spine, and we have this paper which we can use like a belly band or something like that. So we are just creating here a papers, and I will show you how to tie them together in this album, as well as how to create a cover for this album. It's very easy but little bit time taking process. I did this in one day, but I'm splitting this video in the two so that it's easy to grab the bite size. And until the next project, have a crafty life. Don't forget to watch the next part of this video where I create and put all things together. Let me know in the comment how you like about it, or anything you love to say. I love to read it. So bye bye and take care.